Hi everyone, this is Miss Tom with another Math Minute. Make sure you try the Math Minute on your own before looking at it with me. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We have number 1, which is find A, and that upside down U means union. So you want to find the union, or what do they have in common between A and B. And if we look at the numbers, what do they have in common? They've got 5 and 8 in common. So we're going to write that. They have 5 and 8 in common. If you got that, give yourself a star. Next, for number 2, it says, what is the mean between those two numbers? So remember, let's go over mean. What does mean mean? Well, mean means that we're just going to add the 2 and then divide by 2. And 13 divided by 2 is going to be 6 and 5/10. Alright, if you got 6 and 5/10, nice work. Ready for the next one. Next one is, how do you write this as a decimal? Well, it's 9.5, right? And 9.5 looks like that. So it's 9.5%. But how do you turn a percent into a decimal? Well, percent means out of 100, and we want to make sure that we move it over 2 places because that's the hundredths place. So we're going to go 1, 2. And then because there's no number there, we're going to put a 0. So we've got 0.095, and that's how you write it as a decimal. All right, continuing on, let's go to number 4 now. We're going to notice that all of these things are going to cancel out. 10 divided by 10, that cancels out to a giant 1. 10 divided by 10, also another giant 1. There's 1 left on here, so our answer is just going to be 10 over 1, also known as 10. Very nice work. So far, so good. Next, let's go over number 5. It says, which of the following represents 3 times a squared number, or a number squared? So we got to figure out 3 times a number squared. So 3 means multiplying. 3 times a number means multiplying. And then a number, we don't know what that number is. And then we're going to say squared, which is the 2. Which one looks like that? There's only one that looks like that, and that is A. This B means square root, so that's wrong. C means multiplying, that's also wrong. And then this one, n plus n, this really just means 3 times 2n, which is not what we're looking for. All right, continuing on. Now let's go over number 6. We've got a lot of negatives here, and just a reminder that negative times a negative is a positive. So we've got negative times negative 4, that's going to be positive 4. Then we're going to put the negative out here, and we go, okay, negative 4, that's going to be negative 4. You got negative 4, nice work. Next, number 7. Number 7, that is talking about prime numbers. Remember, prime numbers are numbers that only have 2 factors. So if we look at 11, 11 only has 2 factors, 1 and 11. So this one is prime, so we can't use it. 13. 13 also only has 2 factors. It's 1 and 13. Therefore, it is also just prime. 17 also has 2 factors, 1 and 17. That's also simply prime. 1 and 29 are the 2 factors of 29. But if you know with 22, you've got 1 and 22, but you've also got 2 times 11. So this one is the only number that is not prime. It's also known as a composite number, so that's the one that works. Okay, continuing on, let's go to number 8. Number 8, we've got 2 times. We're going to be doing PEMDAS order, right? So that means we have to do parentheses first. 7 plus 3 is going to be 10, and you're going to raise that to the 3rd power. Now, if you're raising something to the 3rd power, it needs to be that number multiplied by itself 3 times. So basically what we have is this. And then you're like, what? I don't know how to multiply all that. Well, the cool thing about zeros or tens is that you just attach a 0 to it. So it's going to be 2, and then we go 10 times 10 times 10. How many zeros are there? There's 3 of them. So we go, there's 3 zeros here. And then 2 times 1,000 is going to be 2,000. And voila, you've got the answer. All right, number 9. Number 9, it's saying in the equation, what are the two numbers that 9 can be equal to? or P could be equal to. So remember, absolute value means how far is something from 0. So we know that the absolute value of a number is 9 because that's what they're telling us. So how far is 0 from 9? It's 9. But is there another number that makes a distance of 0 or of 9 from 0? And the answer is yes. -9 also has a distance of 9 to 0. So that's why our two answers in this case will be -9 and +9. All right, very nice. Okay, we've already made it to number 10. This one's talking about a linear equation. All we have to do is figure out what's happening here. For number 10, it really wants you to find the input for something that has an output of 4. So how you do that is, I'm going to just split this into 3 pieces. You would say 4, because that's the output, and then the regular equation is this. Okay, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to just split that. I'm going to take away 8 to both sides here. We've got -2x is equal to -4. Then you're going to go ahead and divide by -2. And we know a negative times a negative is going to be a positive. -4 times divided by -2 is going to be 2. So our answer is going to be 2. So the input is 2. Now the second case is talking about what if the input is 0, what's going to be happening. So again, with our equation, we've got y is equal to, but instead of replacing the y this time, we are replacing the x. So we're going to 2 times 0 plus 8. We know -2 times 0 is going to be 0. 0 plus 8 will be y. And so we go y is equal to 8. So the output is 8. And then finally, we've got an input of -2. So once again, we're not replacing y with anything, we're replacing x. We're replacing x with -2. So we've got -2. And for the x, then we're going to be adding 8. Now a negative times a negative is a positive, so we've got +8 plus +4, which gives us a value of y is equal to 12. All right, everybody, how do we do? Hopefully you did well, and hopefully you've been keeping up with me. Make sure you complete these math minutes because they help you with the procedure skills. I'm going to scroll up for all the answers here in case you wanted to see them. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.